Okay, believe it or not, it's hard to write a chapel talk. Standing up here talking for 5 to 8 minutes in front of what feels like 10,000 people is the scariest thing I've done. Okay, well, maybe not the scariest thing I've done. A lot of scary things have happened to me. Some include getting chased by a flock of geese, walking through Dread Hollows, and driving Callie to school in the mornings. But do I let these fears control me, or control my life and the way I interact with my surroundings? No, or rather, I've taught myself to not let these fears control me. High school has provided me with the ability to grow and engage with my peers and myself. But it is also where I picked up insecurities that have negatively impacted me. If I were to list all the fears I had coming into freshman year, the list would be from here to the chapel door. My freshman to sophomore self was very reserved and quiet, and I would purposely let opportunities pass me by because I was scared of walking into that situation alone. The summer going into my senior year was monumental, to say the least. That is when I first experienced walking into an unknown situation, alone. My parents signed me up for a religiously affiliated trip to Israel, despite doing everything in my power to stop that from happening. I was alone, traveling to a foreign country with 27 girls. At the start of the trip, of course, I was nervous. I was worried that I wasn't going to make any friends or that somehow I would get separated from the group and be lost in Israel. But I pushed those fears deep down in my stomach, bottled them up, and went on my merry way. Of course, I can't go into all the details about my amazing trip, but I will gladly show you the PowerPoint that includes all the pictures. My trip to Israel was the catalyst to developing my strong, self-sufficient nature, and I also made a lot of friends. The lifelong connections that I forged allowed me to pursue another opportunity to travel yet again, but this time to Europe. This past break, I bought my own ticket and stayed with my friend in London. We spent the days frolicking around London and Paris, having our own adventures. We took pictures of Big Ben, which was my favorite, and Eiffel Tower, and all of these can be found on my Instagram, Gabby_CZAR. What started off as a hellish 10-hour anxiety-ridden plane ride to Israel ended with me fulfilling my lifelong dream of eating a creme brulee in Paris. Aside from my amazing travels, my support team back home is the reason I went to Israel in the first place. You might or might not know, I have a twin sister, Callie. When I was scared and really convinced that I didn't want to go to Israel, Callie stormed into my room, shook me, screaming that if I don't go, I'm a freaking idiot. I never thanked her, and I never will, but nonetheless, her abrasive and brutal honesty is what I needed to push my fears down and have the best experience of my life. Callie, it's going to be hard not going to college with you, but just remember, we're sisters by chance, friends by choice. Now, I know this might sound like the cliche chapel talk about overcoming your fears, about fears and overcoming them, but so what? I'm going to leave this podium knowing my self-worth and how I have the autonomy to buy a plane ticket and travel. I'm not fearful of new places. Instead, I look at the potential friends and new connections I can make. Sometimes there's no one to go with and no one wants to do what you want to do, but that is not an excuse to miss out. Fear will always be instilled in all of us. It's human nature. But are you going to sit at home scrolling through my amazing Instagram posts of me clubbing in New Zealand, or are you going to use your fears to embrace each opportunity? Thank you.